Turn off your mobile phone before it makes a racket. It's in your backpack and what else is in your jacket? We find it hard to sing, should it start to ring? So please turn off the thing or make it silent. Mobiles, there's one thing that we hate. If you communicate while we try to turn off your mobiles.
There's one thing that we hate. rose and trusty. Dripping hither, nobody knows why or whither.
Iolanthe was the life and soul of Fairyland. Why, she wrote all our songs and arranged all our dances. We sing her songs and we trip her measures, but we don't enjoy ourselves.
To think that 25 years have elapsed since she was banished. What could she have done to deserve so terrible a punishment?
Something awful. She married a mortal.
Is it injudicious to marry a mortal?
Injudicious. It strikes at the very root of the whole fairy system. By our laws, the fairy who marries a mortal dies.
But Iolanthe didn't die.
No, because your queen, who loved her with a surpassing love, commuted her sentence to penal servitude for life on condition that she left her husband and never communicated with him again.
And that sentence of penal servitude she's now serving out on her head at the bottom of that stream.
Yes, but when I banished her, I gave her all the pleasant places of the earth to dwell in. It wasn't my intention that she should go and live at the bottom of a stream. It makes me perfectly wretched to think of the discomfort she must have undergone.
Think of the damp, and her chest was always delicate.
And the frogs! I never shall enjoy any peace of mind until I know why Iolanthe went to live among the frogs.
Then why not summon her and ask her?
Why? Because if I set eyes on her, I should forgive her at once.
Then why not forgive her? 25 years. It's a long time. Think how we loved her.
Loved her? Oh, what was your love to mine? Why, she was invaluable to me. Who taught me to curl myself inside a buttercup? Iolanthe. Who taught me to swing on a cobweb? Iolanthe. Who taught me to dive into a dewdrop, to nestle in a nutshell, to gamble upon gossamer? Iolanthe.
She certainly did surprising things.
Oh, give her that to us, great queen. For your sake, if not for ours.
Oh, I should be strong, but I am weak. I should be marble, but I am clay. Her punishment has been heavier than I intended. I did not mean she should go and live among the frogs. Well, it shall be as you wish. It shall be as you wish.
Iolanthe, from thy dark exile
existence. How old is it? 24.
24? Nobody to look at you would think you had a son of 24. But that's one of the advantages of being immortal. We never grow old. Is he pretty? Very pretty. But is inclined to be a bit stout.
Oh, I see no objection to stoutness. Moderation.
And what is he? He's an Arcadian shepherd, and he loves Phyllis, a ward in Chancery. A mere shepherd, and he half a fairy. He's a fairy down to the waist, but his legs are mortal.
Poor fellow.
I have no reason to suppose that I'm more curious than other people. But I must confess I should like to see a person who is a fairy down to the waist, but whose legs are mortal.
Nothing easier. Here he comes.
Good morrow, good mother. Good mother, good morrow. By some means or other, pray banish your sorrow. With joy beyond telling, by souls with swellings of joy beyond measure, express from pleasure. For life to be married today, dear sighs to be married today.
Yes, he's to be married today. Yes, he's to be married today.
Then the Lord Chancellor has at last given his consent to your marriage to his beautiful ward Phyllis.
Not he indeed. To all my tearful prayers, he answers me, a shepherd lad is no fit helping for a ward of chancery. I stood in court, and there I sang him songs of Arcady, with flagellant accompaniment. In vain. At first he seemed amused, and so did the bar, but quickly wearying of my song and pipe, bade me get out. Oh, a servile usher, then in crumpled band and rusty bombazine, led me, still singing, into Chancery Lane. Oh. I'll go no more. I'll marry her today, and brave the upshot, be it what it may. Oh, please.
Oh, Strephon, rejoice with me. My queen has pardoned
Oh,
me.
pardon you, mother, this is good news indeed.
And these ladies are my beloved sisters.
Your sisters? Oh, then they're my aunt's son.
A pleasant piece of news for your bride on her wedding day.
Oh, hush. My bride knows nothing of my fairyhood. I dare not tell her, lest it frighten her. She thinks me mortal, and prefers me so.
Your fairyhood doesn't seem to have done you much good.
Much good? My dear aunts, it's the curse of my existence. What's the use of being half a fairy? My body can creep through a keyhole. But what's the good of that when my legs are left kicking behind? I can make myself invisible, down to the waist. But what's the use of that when my legs remain exposed to view? My brain is a fairy brain. But from the waist downwards, I'm a gibbering idiot. Oh, my upper half is immortal, but my lower half grows older every day. Oh, and someday or other must die of old age. What's to become of my upper half when I've buried my lower half, I really don't know.
Oh, well, I see your difficulty, but with a fairy brain, you should seek some intellectual sphere of action. Let me see. I have a borough or two at my disposal. Would you like to go into Parliament?
A fairy member? That would be wonderful.
Oh, I'm afraid I should do no good there. You see, down to the waist, I am a Tory of the most determined description. But my legs are a couple of confounded radicals, and a division would surely take me into the wrong lobby. You see, they are 2 to 1, which is a strong working majority.
Don't let that distress you. You shall be returned as a liberal conservative, and your legs shall be our peculiar care.
Oh, I see your majesty does not do things by halves.
No, we are fairies down to the feet.
Fare thee well, attractive stranger.
Fare thee well, attractive stranger.
Shouldst thou be in doubt or danger,
suppose it is. Dear Strephon, I tremble at the step I'm taking. I believe it's penal servitude for life to marry a ward court without the Lord Chancellor's consent. I shall be of age in 2 years. Don't you think you could wait 2 years?
2 years? Have you ever looked in the glass?
No, never.
Oh, here. Have a look at this. And tell me if you think it rational to expect me to wait 2 years.
Oh, no, you're quite right. It's asking too much. One must be reasonable.
Besides, who knows what will happen in 2 years? Why, you might fall in love with the Lord Chancellor himself by that time.
Yes, he's a clean old gentleman.
As it is, half the House of Lords are sighing at your feet.
The House of Lords are extremely, certainly attentive.
Attentive? I should think they were. Why did 25 Liberal peers come down to shoot over your grass plot last autumn? Couldn't have been the sparrows. Why did 25 Conservative peers come down to fish your pond? Don't tell me it was the goldfish. No. No, delays are dangerous, and if we are to be married, the sooner the better.
embodiment of everything that's excellent. It has no kind of fault or flaw, and I, my lords, am wonderful. A constitutional guardian, a pretty young lords in Chancellor, all very agreeable girls, and none are over the age of 21. A pleasant occupation for a rather susceptible Chancellor.
A pleasant occupation for a rather susceptible Chancellor.
But though the compliment implied inflates me with legitimate pride, it nevertheless can't be denied that it has its own brilliant side. For I'm not so old and I'm not so plain, and I'm quite prepared to marry again. But there'd be the deuce to pay in the Lords if I fell in love with one of my wards. Which rather try my temper for, I'm such a susceptible Chancellor.
Which rather tries his temper for, he's such a susceptible Chancellor.
And everyone who'd marry a ward must come to me for my accord. And in my court I sit all day, giving agreeable girls away. But it's one for him, and one for me, and one for you, and one for me. And one for thou, and one for thee. But never, never one for me. Which is exasperating for a highly susceptible Chancellor.
Which is exasperating for a highly susceptible Chancellor.
my lords, to the business of the day.
By all means. Phyllis, who is a ward of court, has so powerfully affected your lordships that you have appealed to me in a body to give her to whichever one of you she may think it proper to select. And the noble lord has just gone to her cottage to request her immediate attendance. It would be idle to deny that I myself have the misfortune to be singularly attracted by this young person. My regard for her is rapidly undermining my constitution. 3 months ago, I was a stout man. I need say no more. If I could reconcile it with my duty, I should unhesitatingly award her to myself, for I can conscientiously say that I know no man so well fitted to render her exceptionally happy. But such an award would be open to misconstruction, and therefore, at whatever personal inconvenience, I waive my claim.
My lord, I desire on the part of this house to express its sincere sympathies with your lordship's most painful position.
I thank your lordships. The feelings of the Lord Chancellor, who is in love with the ward of court, are not to be envied. What is his position? Can he give his own consent to his own marriage with his own ward? Can he marry his own ward without his own consent? And if he marry his own ward without his own consent, can he commit himself for contempt of his own court? And if he commit himself for contempt of his own court, can he move for the arrest of his own judgment? Oh, my lord, it is indeed painful to have to sit upon a woolsack which is stuffed with such thorns as these.
My lords, I have much pleasure in announcing that I've succeeded in inducing the young person to present herself at the bar of this house.
How beautiful, how gentle, how beautiful.
Of all the young ladies I know, these pretty young ladies are fairest, her lips have the rosiest show, her eyes are the richest and rarest, her origin's lowly, it's true, but of birth and position I've plenty, I've grammar and spelling for 2, and blood and behaviour for 20. Her origin's lowly, it's true, I've grammar and spelling for 2, of birth and position I've plenty, in blood and behaviour for 20, and blood and
on every conceivable motion, of frenzy of party of urge, in a frenzy of love and devotion. I ask you distinctly to say which party we claim to belong to. We reply without doubt to the name, the party we're singing this song to. If you ask us distinctly to say, we reply without doubt to the name, the party we claim to belong to. Is the party we're singing this song to, the party we claim to belong to, the party we're singing
born with luck connected, no treat with virtue scorn, the well connected, hearts just as pure and fair, may be deep red and red, may be deep and
and thus defy our definite command.
'Tis I, young Strephon, mine this priceless treasure. Against the world, I claim my darling's hand. A shepherd I,
A shepherd he,
of Arcady,
of Arcady,
betrothed are we,
betrothed are they,
and mean to be
espoused today. A shepherd he, of Arcady, a shepherd he, of Arcady, betrothed are they, and mean to be espoused today.
Neath this blow was the sound of dagger, going home and turn his dagger. Each heart, property and let's be part, dignified and saintly.
Let's be part, dignified and saintly, 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 dignified and saintly.
My lord, I know no courts of chancery. I go by nature's acts of parliament. The bees, the breeze, the seas, the rooks, the brooks, the gales, the vales, the fountains and the mountains cry, "You love this maiden, take her, we command you." 'Tis writ in heaven by the bright marked dawn that leaps forth into lurid light from each grim thundercloud. The very rain pours forth her sad and sodden sympathy. When chorus nature bids me take my love, shall I reply nay, but a certain Chancellor forbids it? Sir, you are England's Lord High Chancellor. But are you Chancellor of birds and trees, King of the winds and Prince of thunderclouds?
No, that's a nice point. I don't know that I ever met it before. But my difficulty is that at present there's no evidence before the court that chorus nature has interested herself in the matter.
No evidence. You have my word for it.
Oh, my
I tell you that she bade me take my love.
My good sir, you can't tell us what she told you. It's not evidence. An affidavit from a thunderstorm or a few words on oath from a heavy shower would meet with all the attention that they deserve.
And have you the heart to apply the prosaic rules of evidence to a matter which bubbles over with poetical emotion?
Distinctly. I have always kept my duty strictly before my eyes, and it is to this fact that I owe my advancement to my present distinguished position. When I went to the bar as a very young man, said I to myself, said I shall work on a new and original plan, said I to myself, said I shall never assume that a rogue or a thief is a gentleman worthy of implicit belief, because his attorney has sent me the brief, said I to myself, said I. Ere I go into court, I shall read my brief through, said I to myself, said I, and I'll never take work I'm unable to do, said I to myself, said I. My learned profession I'll never disgrace by taking the fee with a grin on my face, and I haven't been there to attend to the case, said I to myself, said I. I'll never throw dust in a juryman's eyes, said I to myself, said I. Or hoodwink a judge who is not otherwise, said I to myself, said I. Or assume that the witnesses summoned in force, and instead of which men to come and please on the cause, has perjured themselves as a matter of course, said I to myself, said I. In other professions in which men engage, said I to myself, said I, the army, or the navy, the church, under the stage, said I to myself, said I, professional license and character bar, my chance of promotion will certainly bar, and I fancy the rule might apply to the bar, said I to myself, said I.
Oh, Phyllis, to be taken from you, just as I was on the point of making you my own. Oh, it's too much, it is too much.
My son in tears, and on his wedding day.
Oh, mother, my wedding day. Weep with me, for the law has interposed between us, and the Lord Chancellor has separated us forever.
The Lord Chancellor, he did but know.
Oh, if he did but know what.
No matter. The Lord Chancellor has no power over you. Remember, you are half a fairy. You can defy him. Down to the waist.
Oh. Yes, but from the waist downwards, he can commit me to prison for years. Of what avail is it that my body is free, if my legs are working out 7 years penal servitude?
True. But remember, our Queen has promised you her special protection. I'll go to her and lay your peculiar claim before her.
Oh, my beloved mother, how can I repay the debt I owe you?
When darkly looms the day, and all is dull and grey, to chase the gloom away on the Arcade.
What was that?
I think I heard him say that on a rainy day, to while the time away on early home.
We think we heard you say, let's all the rainy day, to while the time away on early home.
When tempests wreck thy park, and all is drear and dark, if thou should need an ark, I'll give thee one. What was that?
I heard the witch remark, she'll meet him after dark, inside St. James's Park and give him one.
Well, the witch remark, she keeps him after dark, inside St. James's Park and give him one.
The prospects not so bad, my heart so sore and sad, the fairies soon be glad of summer sun. Oh, when the sky is dark, and tempests wreck thy bark, if there should be an ark, she'll give thee one. I'll give thee one.
Oh, shameless one tremble, do not endeavour, my roots to dissemble, we parted forever. We worship the Nova.
Attend to me kindly, this lady's my mother.
This lady's is what?
This lady's my mother.
This lady's is what?
He says she's his mother.
What means this mirth unseemly that shakes the listening earth?
The joke is good extremely, and justifies our mirth.
This gentleman is seen with a mien of 17, I took him of his dolce far. But once in a jeer for his absence of belief, she's his mother and he's nearly 25.
Recollect yourself, I pray, and be careful what you say, as the ancient brother said, firstly, fine, I'm so young and meant to be, I'm not another man of time 20.
My lord of evidence, I have no dearth. She has been my mother from my birth. In babyhood, upon her lap I lay, with infant food she moistened at my play, and she withheld the succor she supplied. By hunger, well, your Strephon might have died.
Had that refreshment been denied, indeed our Strephon might have died.
Had that refreshment been denied, indeed our Strephon might have died.
But as she's got his mother appears, why weep those hot unnecessary tears? But by what wrong should we so joyously rejoice because our Strephon did not die? Oh, rather let us pipe our eye, because our Strephon did not die.
No, no!
Ho, ho!
No, no!
Ho, ho!
Mighty protectors, hasten to my aid!
Why you want us, we don't know, but you suffer fast and slow. And of all the little fairies do their usual tripping measure. To oblige you all our carers, tell us, pray, what is your
The lady of my lover's got me talking to another.
Oh, fine, the Strephon is a rogue.
I tell her very plainly that the lady is my mother.
Taradiddle, Tolloller.
She won't believe my statement and declares we must be parted. Because of a career of double dealing I have started, and gives a hand to one of these and leaves me broken-hearted.
Taradiddle, Tolloller.
How cruel ones to separate two lovers from each other.
Oh, fine, our Strephon's not a rogue.
You've done him an injustice, for the lady is his mother.
Taradiddle, Tolloller.
The fabled pressure service well as any other. I didn't see her face, but if they talk to one another, and she's not 17, I don't believe it was his mother. Taradiddle,
Tolloller.
My uncle never used for a thoroughbred school southern which is English for repente. But of all I've ever heard, this is much the most absurd. For she's 17 and he is 5 and 20.
Well, she is 17 and he is only 5 and 20. Oh, fine, the Strephon is a rogue.
Now listen to me, for this paradox will be carried nobody at all contra-legente. Her age upon the date of his birth was -8. If she's 17 and he is 5 and 20.
She is 17 and he is only 5 and 20.
She says she is his mother, it's an utterance of folly. Oh, fine, your Strephon is a rogue. Perhaps his brain is idle and he's very melancholy. Taradiddle, Tolloller. I wouldn't say a word that could be reckoned as injurious, but to find a mother younger than yourself is very curious. And that's the kind of mother that is really experienced. Taradiddle, Tolloller.
Go away, madam, I should say, madam, you display, madam, shocking taste. Is it rude, madam, to intrude, madam, with your brood, madam, grace and taste? You compare, madam, interfere, madam, with a pair, madam, I am one. Go away, madam, won't you dare, madam, so declare, madam, I'm the one.
It's a say, madam, I should say, madam, big display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to allude, madam, to your rude, madam, raise a face. When you fear, madam, when you fear, madam, when I fear, madam, this is one. Don't dare, madam, run away, madam, don't they dare, madam, don't they go?
Hidden by these puny mortals, I will launch from fairy portals on the most terrific thunders in my armory of wonders. Should they launch terrific wonders, who would then prepare to wonders?
Say, madam, I should say, madam, you say, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to intrude, madam, with your bird, madam, raise a face. Look up here, madam, interfere, madam, look up here, madam, there's one. You're afraid, madam, don't you dare, madam, don't you dare, madam, don't you dare, madam, don't you dare. You're afraid, don't you dare, don't you dare, I'll be
Chancellor, unwary, it's highly necessary your tongue to teach, respectful speech, your attitude to vary, your badinage so airy, your manner arbitrary, are out of place when face to face with an influential fairy.
talking to a little angel fairy.
A plague on this vagary, I'm in a nice quandary of hasty tone with dames unknown. I ought to be more chary. It seems that she's a fairy from Anderson's library, and I took her for the proprietor of a ladies' seminary.
We took her for the proprietor of a ladies' seminary.
When next your houses do assemble, you may tremble. How rough when gentlemen offend us is tremendous. They meet who underrate our calling, doom appalling. Take down our sentence as we speak it, and he shall wreak it.
Oh, Sarah's
Ensemble, Strephon, cast away, brooks and pines and rims so gay, flocks and herds and fleet and low, into Parliament you shall go.
Into Parliament he shall go, backed by our supreme authority, in the large majority. Into Parliament, Parliament he shall go, into Parliament he shall go. Into Parliament, Parliament he shall go, into Parliament he shall go.
In the parliamentary hive, liberal or conservative, Whig or Tory, I don't know, but into Parliament he shall go.
Into Parliament he shall go, backed by our supreme authority, he'll command a large majority. Into Parliament, Parliament he shall go, into Parliament he shall go. Into Parliament, Parliament he shall go, into Parliament he shall go.
Every bill and every measure that shall gratify his pleasure, though your fury it arouses, shall be passed by both your houses. You shall sift, if he sees reason, through the grouse and salmon season. He shall end the cherished rites you enjoy on Friday nights. Your clandestine naughty capers he will splash in Sunday papers. Titles shall ennoble then all the common councilmen. Peers shall teem in Christendom, and a duke's exalted station be attainable by competitive examination.
French.
me. He exercises on his brain, that is, assuming that he got any. Though never nurtured in the lap of luxury, yet I admonish you. I am an intellectual chap and think of things that would astonish you. I used to think it comical, fa-la-la, fa-la-la. The nature always does contrive, fa-la-la-la, that every boy and every girl that's born into the world alive is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. Fa-la-la, fa-la-la, is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. Fa-la-la. When in the house and peas divide, if they've a brain and cerebellum too, or a half must leave those brains outside and vote just as the Daily Mail tells them to. But then the prospect of a lot of dull MPs in close proximity, all thinking for themselves, is what no man could face with equanimity. So once they're gone, sing loud, fa-la, fa-la-la, fa-la-la. True nature always does contrive, fa-la-la-la, that every boy and every girl that's born into the world alive is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. Fa-la-la, fa-la-la, is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. Fa-la-la.
this ridiculous protege of yours is playing the deuce with everything. Tonight is the second reading of his bill to throw the peerage open to competitive examination.
And he'll carry it too.
Carry it? Of course he will. He's a parliamentary Pickford. He carries everything.
Yes, if you please, that's our fault.
The deuce it is.
Yes, we influence the members and compel them to vote, just as he wishes them to.
But think what he...
It's our system. It shortens the debates.
But think what it all means. I don't much mind for myself, but with a House of Peers with no grandfathers worth mentioning, the country must go to the dogs.
I suppose it must.
I won't hear a word against brains. I've a great respect for brains. I often wish I had some myself. But with a House of Peers recruited entirely from persons of intellect, what's to become of the House of Commons?
I never thought of that.
No, this is what comes of women interfering in politics. There is one institution in Great Britain which is not susceptible to any change of any kind whatever. It is the House of Peers. When Britain really ruled the West in good Queen Bess's time, the House of Peers made no pretense to intellectual eminence or scholarship sublime. Yet Britain won her proudest days in good Queen Bess's glorious days. Yes, Britain won her proudest days in good Queen Bess's glorious days. Yes, Britain won her proudest days in good Queen Bess's glorious days. When Wellington thrashed Bonaparte, as every child can tell, the House of Peers throughout the war did nothing in particular, and did it very well. Yet Britain set the world ablaze in good King George's glorious days. Yes, Britain set the world ablaze in good King George's glorious days. Yes, Britain set the world ablaze in good King George's glorious days. And while the House of Peers withholds its legislative hand, and noble statesmen who not itch to interfere with matters which they do not understand, as bright may shine Great Britain's rays, as in King George's glorious days, as bright may shine Great Britain's rays, as in King George's glorious days. As bright may shine Great Britain's rays, as in King George's glorious days.
Charming persons, are they not?
Oh, distinctly. The self-contained dignity compared with airy condescension. Give me a British representative here.
Then pray stop this protege of yours. Think of the mischief you are doing.
No, but we can't stop him now. Oh, why did you go and defy us, you great geese? In vain to us you plead, don't go. Your prayers we do not heed, don't go. It's true we sigh, but don't suppose a tear for life forgiveness shows. Oh no, we're very cross indeed, yes, very cross. Don't go.
It's true we sigh, don't suppose that here for life forgiveness shows. Oh no, we're very cross indeed, yes, very cross. Don't go. Your disrespectful sneers, don't go. Call for indignities, don't go. You break our laws, you are our foe. We cry because we hate you so. You know, you're very wicked beings, you wicked beings. Don't go. You break our laws, you are our foe. We cry because we hate you so. You know, you're very wicked beings, you wicked beings. Don't go.
Disrespectful sneers, ha ha, causing dignities, ha ha. If that's the case, my dear,
Don't go.
We'll go.
Oh, shame! Shame upon you! Is this your fidelity to the laws we are bound to obey? Know ye not that it is death to marry a mortal?
Yes, but it's not death to wish to marry a mortal.
If it were, you'd have to execute us all.
Oh, this is weakness. Subdue it.
Oh, we know it's a weakness, but the weakness is so strong.
We're not all as tough as you are.
Tough? Do you suppose that I am insensible to the effects of manly beauty? See that man. Perfect picture. Who are you, sir?
Private Willis, B Company, 1st Battalion Grenadier Guardsman.
You're a very fine fellow, sir.
I'm generally admired.
I can quite understand it. Now here is a man whose physical attributes are simply godlike. If I yielded to a natural impulse, I should fall down and worship that man. But I mortify this inclination. I wrestle with it. It lies beneath my feet. That is how I treat my regard for that man.
Oh, foolish fame, think you because this brave array my bosom force, I'd disobey a fairy law, because I fly in realms above, in tendency to fall in love, resemble like the amorous dove, resemble like the amorous dove. Oh, amorous dove, type of Ovidius Nasal, this heart of mine is soft as thine, although I
ought to be enough to make any girl happy. But I'm so miserable. I don't think it's because I care for Strephon, for I don't. I hate him. No girl could care for a man who goes about with a mother considerably younger than himself.
Phyllis, my darling!
Phyllis, my own!
Don't! How dare you? But then, perhaps you're the two noblemen I'm engaged to?
I am one of them.
And I am the other.
Oh, well then, my darling, my own. Well, have you decided which it's to be?
Not altogether. It's rather difficult. It would be hardly delicate to toss up. On the whole, we thought we'd rather leave it to you.
Well, how can it possibly concern me? You're both earls, you're both rich, and you're both plain.
So we are, but well, at least I am.
So am I.
No.
Indeed I am. Very plain.
Well, yes, perhaps you are.
Oh, there's really nothing to choose between you. Oh, if perhaps one of you was to forego his estates and distribute his money and wealth among the Irish tenantry, why then I should see a reason for accepting the other.
Are you prepared to make this sacrifice?
No,
Not even to oblige a lady?
not even to oblige a lady.
Then the only question is, which of us shall give way to the other? On the whole, I think she'd be happier with me. I don't know, I may be wrong.
I don't know that you are. Perhaps you would. But the awkward part of the thing is that if you rob me of the girl of my heart, we must fight. And one of us must die. It's a family tradition I've sworn to respect. It's a difficult position, for I've a strong regard for you, George.
My dear Thomas.
You're very dear to me. We were boys together. At least I was. And if I were to survive you, my existence would be hopelessly embittered.
Then, my dear Thomas, you mustn't do it. I say it again and again, if it will have this effect upon you, you mustn't do it.
No.
No. If one of us is to destroy the other, let it be me.
No, but I cannot consent to an act that will crush you with unavailing remorse.
But it would not do so. Oh, I would be very sad at first, or who would not be, but it would wear off. No, you are very fond of me, but not perhaps as much as you are of me.
My dear George, you're a noble fellow, but that telltale tear betrays you. No, George. I cannot consent to give you a week's unease on my account.
But my dear Thomas, it wouldn't last a week. Remember, you lead the House of Lords. On your demise, I shall take your place. Oh, dear Thomas, it wouldn't last a day.
Oh no! Now, I really hope you're not going to fight on my account, because it's really not worthwhile.
Well, I don't believe it is.
Nor I. The sacred ties of friendship are paramount.
Or perhaps I may incur the blame. The things of you I would not do in friendship's name.
And I may say I think the same. Not even love should rank above true friendship's name.
Then freely pray me mind the blame. Forget your cares and go your ways in friendship's name. In friendship's name.
Oh, many a man in friendship's name has yielded fortune, rank and fame, but no one yet in the world so wide has yielded up a promised bride. Accept, oh, friendship, all the same. It's very
chest. Love, hopeless love, my ardent soul encumbers. Love, nightmare-like, lies heavy on my chest, and weaves itself into my midnight slumps. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repulsed and ruled by anxiety, I conceive of me use any language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedclothes conspire, of usual slumber to plunder you. First your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes, and your sheep slips the mule from under you. Then the blanketing tickles, it feel like mixed pickles, so terribly sharp is the pricking. And you're hot and you're cross and you tumble and toss, so there's nothing betwixt you and the ticking. Then the bedclothes all creep to the ground and everything, and you pick them all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at his usual angle. Well, he gets some repose in the form of a doze with an eyeballs and head of aching. But your slumbering teams such horrible dreams that you very much better be waking. For you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about in the steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And you're giving a treat, penny ice and cold meat, to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde and they all came on board the Swanswell South Kensington stations. And down on that journey you'll find your return, who started that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized and he don't feel surprised when he tells you he's up in the 11. When you're driving like mad with this singular lad, by the by the ship's now a four-wheeler. And you're playing round games and he calls you back names, and you tell him the ties with the dealer. But this shot stands and you caught your hand, you find him as cold as an icicle, in your shirt and your socks match a silver ball, because he's already playing on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which is someone or other invested in, and he's telling the tars of the particulars of the company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get a low price, or Wilson off mixtures to cables, and tickle the sailors right to eating potatoes, as though they were all vegetables. You get a good spaceman to black small tradesmen, first taking his boots from the boot tree, and he's been like to take roots and he's making a shoe, and then also come like a fruit tree. From the green russet tree, you get grapes and green pea, cauliflower, pineapple, and cranberries, while the patient from plant cherry, bamboo, and brunch, apple puffs and three corners and bamboos. The shares are plenty, and ever so many, I've taken my Rochdale and Mary, and just in a few will launch it to you, and you'll wait with a shot in despair. You're a regular with the crick in your neck, and you'll want to store your heads on the floor, and then you will pick some salts and shit, and flashes and breaking the letters, and dropping your toes and climbing us, and flopping along with a big shot, and first in takes a general set, and you happen to be sleeping in cold blood. But the darkness is past, and it's daylight in past, and the night is red and long, ditto, ditto, my song. And thank goodness they're both not dead. Oh.
I'm much distressed to see your lordship in this condition.
My lord, it is seldom that the Lord Chancellor has reason to envy the position of another, but I am free to confess that I would rather be 2 earls engaged to Phyllis than any other half-dozen noblemen upon the face of the globe.
It's an enviable position when you're the only one.
Ah, yes, no doubt. At the same time, seeing you thus, we naturally say to ourselves, this is very sad. His lordship is constitutionally as blithe as a bird. He trills on the bench like a thing of song and gladness. His series of judgments in F-sharp minor, given andante in 6/8 time, are some of the most effective features ever seen in a court of chancery. He is perhaps the only example of a judge whose decrees have received the honour of a double encore. Oh, how can we bring ourselves to do that which would rob the Court of Chancery of one of its most effective features?
I feel the force of your remarks, but I am here in 2 capacities, and they clash, my lords, they clash. I deeply grieve to say that in declining to entertain my last application to myself, I presumed to address myself in such terms that render it impossible for me to ever apply to myself again. It was a most painful scene, my lord, most painful.
This is what it is to have two capacities. Let us be thankful that we are persons of no capacity whatsoever.
Come, you're a very nice and kindly old gentleman, and you shall have no hesitation in approaching yourself, so that you do so respectfully and with a proper show of deference.
Do you really think so?
I do.
Well, I shall nerve myself to another effort, but if that fails, I resign myself to my fate.
If you go in, you're sure to win. Yours will be the charming maid. Be the law, the ancient saw. Fate has never won the maid. Never, never, never. Fate has never won the lady.
Every journey has an end. When your worst affairs will mend, dark the dawn till day is light. Hustle your horse and ropes and die. He who tries at such a prize is the birth of man. It be so kind to bear in mind. Fate have never won the lady. Never, never, never. Fate have never won the lady.
While the sunshine make your hay, where the west is wearing away, with the lion in his lair, none of the great deserve a fair. I'll take part and make a start, though I fear the prospect shade. My last friend to gain my end, fate not never won the lady.
Never, never, never. Fate have never won the lady.
Nothing venture, nothing win, blood is thick but water's thin. In for a penny, in for a pound, is love that makes the world go round. Nothing venture, nothing win, blood is thick but water's thin. In for a penny, in for a pound, is love that makes the world go round. I'll take part and make a start, though I fear the prospect shade. My last friend to gain my end, fate had never won the lady.
Never, never, never. Fate have never won the lady. Nothing venture, nothing win.
Blood is thick but water's thin.
In for a penny, in for a pound, is love that makes the world go round. Nothing venture, nothing win. Blood is thick but water's thin. In for a penny, in for a pound, is love that makes the world go round.
I suppose one ought to enjoy oneself in Parliament when one leads both parties as I do. But I'm miserable, poor, broken-hearted, fool that I am. Oh, Phyllis, Phyllis!
Yes.
Oh, Phyllis! Or perhaps I should say my lady. I've not yet been informed as to which title your ladyship has pleased to select.
I haven't decided yet. You see, I have no mother to advise me.
No, I have.
Yes, a young mother.
Not very. A couple of centuries or so.
Oh, she wears well.
She does. She's a fairy.
Your pardon? What?
Oh, I've no longer any reason to conceal the fact. She's a fairy.
A fairy? Well, but that would explain a great many things. Then I suppose you're a fairy.
Oh, I'm half a fairy.
Which half?
The upper half, down to the waistcoat.
Oh, dear me. There's nothing to show it.
Don't do that.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Well, I thought you'd take a dislike to me. But as it's all off, you may as well know the truth. I'm only half a mortal.
But I'd rather have half a mortal I do love than half a dozen I don't.
Oh, I think not. Go to your half dozen.
Oh,
No, I don't think I ought to. But, oh, besides, all sorts of difficulties will arise. You know, my grandmother looks quite as young as my mother, and so do all my aunts.
Oh, no, I quite understand. Whenever I see you kissing a very young lady, I shall know it's an elderly relative.
Oh, Phyllis, you will. Oh, then I think we shall be very happy.
We won't wait long.
No, we might change our minds. We'll get married first.
And change our minds afterwards.
That's the usual course.
If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry, you and I, of the feeling I inspire, you may tire by and by. All peers will know and of the rest their offers, that is why I am sure we should not tarry ere we marry, you and I.
If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry, you and I, be the more attractive, be the true, be the pure and fine.
If by chance we should be parted, broken-hearted, I should die. So I think we will not tarry ere we marry you and
If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry, you and I, of the feeling I inspire, you may tire by and by. Of the feeling I inspire, you may tire by and by. If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry, you and I, of the feelings I inspire, you may tire by and by. So I think we will not tarry ere we marry, ere we marry, you and I, you and I, you and I.
Does your mother know, does your mother know of our engagement?
She does, and thus she welcomes her daughter-in-law.
Oh, she kisses just like other people. But the Lord Chancellor,
Oh, I forgot him. Mother, none can resist your fairy eloquence. You'll go to him and plead for us.
No, no, impossible.
But our happiness, our very lives depend upon our obtaining his consent.
oh, madam, you cannot refuse to do this.
You know not what you ask. The Lord Chancellor is my husband.
Your husband?
My husband and your father.
Oh, well, yes. Well then, on his learning that Strephon is his son, all objection to our matrimony will be at once removed.
No, he must never know. He believes me to have died childless, and dearly as I love him, I am bound, under penalty of death, not to undeceive him. But see, he comes, quick, my Leila.
Victory! Victory! Success has crowned my efforts, and I may consider myself engaged to Phyllis. At first I wouldn't hear of it. It was out of the question. But I took heart. I pointed out to myself that I was no stranger to myself, and in point of fact have been personally acquainted with myself for some years. This had its effect. I admitted that I watched my professional advancement with considerable interest, and I handsomely added that I yielded to no one in admiration of my personal and professional virtues. This was a great point gained. I then endeavoured to work upon my feelings. Conceive my joy when I distinctly perceived a tear glistening in my own eye. Eventually, after a severe struggle with myself, I reluctantly, most reluctantly, consented.
My lord, a suppliant at your feet I kneel. Oh, listen to a mother's fond appeal. Hear me tonight, I come in urgent need.
May not be, for so the fates decide. Learn now that Phyllis is my promised bride.
My bride? No, no.
It shall be so. Those who would separate us, woe betide.
My tuneful lips have spoken. I plead in vain.
Iolanthe, thou livest.
I live. Now let me
Once again thy vows are broken. Thou thyself thy doom hast
It's our fault they couldn't help themselves.
Seems they have helped themselves. Pretty freely too. You have all incurred death. But I can't slaughter the whole company. It ain't the law is clear. Every fairy must die who marries a mortal.
Allow me, as an old equity draftsman, to make a suggestion. The subtleties of the legal mind are equal to the emergency. The thing is really quite simple. The insertion of a single word will do it. Let it stand that every fairy shall die who don't marry a mortal. And there you are, out of your difficulties at once.
Ah, we like your humour. Very well. Sergeant Willis! Save my life. It seems that I must be married at once. How would you like to be a fairy? Guardsman.
Mum, I've been the one and only fairy in the St.AIdan. Still, I don't think much of the British soldier that wouldn't ill-convenience himself to help a female in distress.
Oh, you're a brave fellow. You're a fairy from this moment.
Ooh.
And you, my lord.
Peers are to be recruited entirely from persons of intellect. I don't see what point there is in us staying down here, do you, Tolloller?
None whatsoever.
Good. Oh, then away we go to Fairyland. Soon as we say up and away, we'll commence our journey. Airy, happy are we, as you can see. Everyone is everyone is honest now a fairy.
Up in the sky, ever so high, pleasures come in endless series. We will arrange happy exchange, house of peers, a house of peers.
Peers, 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 house